Good morning. Today marks the start of week 5 of our renovation here on Irish Street, and week 5 will hopefully be the final week of demolition. We have one construction skip arriving this Friday, which will be the day after Thanksgiving, and I'll have this construction skip for an entire week. We'll see if we can get all the material into it in that 1 week. I might need a third and final construction skip, but if I need a third one, there's not going to be much material going into it. You can see in this room, all the ceilings have been dropped, the same for the other bedroom up here. And dropping the ceilings is one of the reasons I got the skip for a week. We need a couple days to load all these piles of debris, some are small, some are big, into the skip, which will give us a nice clear space so that we can finish dropping the ceilings and really get everything cleaned up. The other thing that happened just this morning was a Dream Style Windows rep came out and measured the final dimensions for the big window up front. We're going to be putting in a brand new 2-pane, argon gas filled, energy efficient window that'll be professionally installed. That's one of the few projects in the house where I took a look at the window and said, this is probably something I can't do. So we're gonna have a really nice energy efficient window up front. All I'm gonna have to do for that is knock out the existing sill and put a couple of pressure treated 2x4s on the bottom to bring it up to height. Right now there's just a bunch of extra pieces of ceramic and wire and concrete that are bringing it up to height, and it'll be better if we get this framed out. It's kind of falling apart and just wasn't done well from the get-go. So to recap, we're just going to be finishing demo this week and getting our permit going. So I think now that we've got everything down to the studs, I can make my final measurements and solidify the rooms and submit those to the city of Broomfield in my plan. And once we get approval, we can start putting this place back together. So let's get going. One project that took no time at all was cutting off these masonry anchors. An angle grinder with a cutoff bit made quick work of making a nice clean wall, which will make framing a breeze. Good afternoon. It's Sunday, the 29th of November, and yesterday we cleared out most of the debris from the first floor. Today we're going to drop these ceilings and hopefully load them into the skip. At the end of today, hopefully we are pretty much done demoing the upstairs. After that, we'll turn to the downstairs for the rest of the week and see how much we can fit to the skip. Good afternoon. It is the 1st of December and the end of week 5 here at the Renovation on Iris Street. I'm just here during my lunch break. A couple of appliances will be delivered today, a refrigerator and a dishwasher. They got on sale for Black Friday. But I figured while I'm here, I will show you quickly where we're at with the demolition. It is all but done, so let's take a quick walking tour. Let's start here in the living room. As I pan around, you can see there's really nothing left. All the walls have been gutted, and this is nothing, if you've been following the series, that isn't new to you, but what is new is all the ceilings have been dropped. And if I pan up towards the ceiling and just kind of walk around, you can see we've ripped out everything. And there's a couple of issues with the ceiling with some of these supporting joists, but for the most part, it's in great shape. So that's good news. You can see there's still a lot of nails that need to be pulled out from the ceiling and some remaining chunks of fiberglass that need to be pulled down because we'll be putting new insulation, and of course all the electrical. The one room that still hasn't been gutted, which is tonight's project, is this bathroom that you've seen many times, the yellow bathroom. And this will go out tonight. The sink and the toilet will go into the skip. This bathtub probably won't. I'll have to find a better way to recycle it if it turns out to be cast iron. But everything else, the tiles, the walls, and the ceilings will come down tonight, which will put us in a position where all the fiberglass is out of the ceiling. We can pull the nails, and the task that Charlie and I are very excited for is vacuuming up all this fiberglass dust off the floors. So we'll finally have a nice clean work environment, everything gutted and ready to go. So we'll be back tonight to rip out the yellow bathroom. We'll see you then. Whilst we're waiting, I wanted to show the construction skip, but also my little hatchback. It's a Ford Focus, and the reason I got a hatchback is so I could haul semi-large items in, because I didn't really want a truck for fuel economy purposes. So check out what I picked up in my car last night. Behind me is a 40-gallon water tank and hot water heater, I should say. And that fit just fine in the Focus hatchback, so I'm not going to be able to get everything delivered that way. In fact, everything else is coming via some other carrier, but I was really happy that I didn't have to rent a truck, and sure be nice if I had one of my own, but I'm making what I have work. Well, as I mentioned earlier today, we're taking out the yellow bathroom tonight. However, when I started to take out the sink, I realized there are no valves for pretty much any of the plumbing upstairs here. So the plumbing pipes are going to have to come out at some point, and that night is tonight. Interestingly, a lot of the plumbing infrastructure for both of these bathrooms is on this back wall here, and it's really packed in there, both hot and cold for a bath and a shower, and 2 sinks and 2 toilets. So I'm just going through with this mini pipe cutter, cutting out the pipe, and I will be able to put a shark bite cap on the hot and water mains for this entire area and have it all gutted out.
I apologize if it's hard to hear me. I'm having to use this respirator just to be safe. But I wanted to show you the kind of flooring that's been mostly in this bathroom, but also the shower. As well as the walls. I don't know if this was common at the time, but you can see that there's a mesh on the wall with basically concrete in it, and that's what the tiles are affixed to. Sure, it held up well over time, but it is really hard to take out, and it's heavy. Also, the subfloor. It's about 2 inches of some kind of grout concrete mixture with a metal mesh. I want to show you what it looks like when I take a piece of it out. It comes out fairly easy, but it's really heavy. I bet you this floor is hundreds of pounds. This piece alone is probably 10 to 20 pounds. They're pretty heavy. But luckily, it's coming out easy, so we should have the bathroom done in the next hour to 2 hours.
Well, this bathroom is slowly but surely coming out. It is taking a long time. As you can see, the tile is the really thick grout with metal mesh. The tile plus the grout plus the drywall is easily over an inch thick. And all of that, when it sticks together, it's like a wall of concrete, and it is very difficult to get out. And then once it's out, it's very heavy to move. So let me show a close-up. As you can see, there's a really thick amount of material here. At least enough to make this kind of slow and laborious, but it's coming out. It's 9:45. I'm hoping by midnight all of this will be out and in the skip. That will be a good night.
Well, just as I hoped, I got the bathroom done just before midnight. It's 11:40. It's not much to see, but it is done, and boy, was this heavy. I estimated hundreds of pounds earlier. I bet it was easily a half a ton to a ton of just material in here. I'm gonna call it for a night. We'll see you tomorrow for the start of week 6.